Hey, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Generations of the Grid. We're your hosts. I'm Wes,
I'm Candace.
I'm Damien.
and this week we're bringing you the state of the franchise. So you guys have a good idea of when we're making this recording. San Diego Comic-Con just passed this past weekend, so we're going to be touching on some of that stuff. I did some quick Google searches, and some fresh stuff popped up that I am happy to divulge, but we're going to we want to get to the fun stuff for first, because um so I'm going to let our resident Pink start us off with some updates.
Okay, so according to some of the announcements made in San Diego Comic Con, looks like with the new publishing company that has bought out Boom Comics, which I think was Penguin Press.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think we said that last time. There will be a new storyline of Power Rangers. They'll be calling it. It's going to be called Power Rangers Prime, and that's as far as we know about it. So all the current storylines that are going on for the comics will be wrapped up. And we'll be getting like a kind of not really like a reboot, more like a new 52 kind of style, like you know how DC has done. So Power Rangers is getting that traditional comics treatment.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have multiple Ranger stories so we can argue about in the future. When it comes to comics, at least. Like we do with Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, like all the others.
Yeah,
That's
it's quite clear that Power Rangers is focusing on the comics for the moment, whether that's good or bad.
So I think would be good. Because you could do more with comics, I think, than like with a TV show or a cartoon. I mean, the production itself would be less costly. And then, because with comic books, you can always do multiple storylines. You can have like, oh, this is the main arc. Here's a side arc. Here, this one stands alone from the rest of these. You can have like we've already established there is a multiverse of Power Rangers with know, with the oh god, what's it called? Grid, grid,
No,
Shadow Grid. With the Shadow Grid story,
Shadow
yeah.
Grid. I was about to say,
With
all
that
right.
one, so the Shadow Grid introduced us to a Power Rangers multiverse, so why not? I mean, Marvel's done it, DC's done it. Why not Power Rangers?
I gotta say, I do like the design, at least for the suits for Power Rangers Prime. They look really cool in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. It kind of to me it looks like a mix of Mighty Morphin with the Ninja Thunder Rangers from Ninja Storm.
hmm
Mhm. Yeah.
And I haven't heard much of like what the story's gonna be like for Power Rangers Prime for the comics, but we just know it's gonna be called Prime. I haven't really released like what the story is, if we're gonna be using Mighty Morphin characters, already established characters, or if this is gonna be completely new characters or what.
It isn't as Power Rangers Prime, isn't it completely different from the NPR, NPR, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like comic series? Because didn't they end that one?
Yeah, so they're in the process right now, storytelling wise. They're about to be wrapping up. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers one, which started with Shattered Grid, and then came like Death Hour and so on and so forth. That kind of that long storyline that we've been seeing for the past couple of years now. So that's going to get a wrap up, and then we're going to have Power Rangers Prime under the Penguin umbrella.
Nice. Um, I definitely think this is something that needs to be done. Although the past, stories, the past comic line was, as far as I know, was doing relatively well. Um, comic lines start over all the time. Like 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 Candy was saying, DC, Marvel does it all the time. There's so many different origin stories. There's so many different characters. You just keep doing it over and over and over again once you do it long enough. And Power Rangers is to the point where they've been doing the comics thing long enough to where now they can start over again, start a little bit fresh. So I I think I'm gonna try to actually keep up this time. I lagged behind the first time, like y'all was talking about Shattered Grid and all of that. I lagged behind, so I don't want to get
Oh,
left behind
Death
this time.
Hour is good too. Darkest Hour, Death
I heard,
Ranger.
The Death Ranger's real
Oh,
cool.
yeah, the
heard.
Death Ranger's pretty awesome. Really cool concept too.
See, all this good stuff from the comics, and we were so concerned when they heard they were going to end the comic line, and everybody panicked, and well, you guys will probably never see the video because you can't even hear me on it. But we had a previous conversation about the state of the franchise, and we were talking about the panic the franchise was in about the comic line ending, and you know everybody was worried about what was going to happen. And I was basically saying how they wouldn't go to a whole different publisher, but then not do anything with the new publisher. That just business wise doesn't make any sense. So I was concerned. I was trying to let you guys know not to be concerned, but it looks like I don't have to tell you don't be concerned because we already got news that we're getting another comic line. So all is well in the world. All is right in the grid. Thank God.
It's supposed
Okay,
to be
it's all good.
it's
The
supposed to
Power
be
Ranger
coming out pretty
will
soon.
move on recent comics. What's going on?
The comic's supposed to be coming out pretty soon, right? Isn't it November?
What?
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Yep. November 2024.
So
Uh,
there's going to be probably like a bit of an overlap with the two comics going on a little
Mhm.
bit, and then eventually one will end, the other one's going to continue on.
I think that's best. You don't want to just drop it off by itself. You want to make sure the fans still have some variety since you're first starting off. So I think that's a good call. Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Hmm. Kind of remind me back when the DC first did New 52.
Yeah.
Similar thing.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Um,
we're starting to look like a real long time franchise, just a little bit, you know, like we've been here for a minute. It's
yeah.
exciting.
What else did they announce? Today coming on. Oh, so I think they announced that I think Playmate or a company called Playmate or Play One will be making the toys now in the from now on in the future.
Hmm. That's
If I think I got the name right. It was either Playmate or Play One. I'm not.
no, I think it was
I'm just
Playmate.
going off
Yeah.
by memory here. Yeah, they're gonna be making the Power Rangers toys and all fun stuff that we like to spend our monies on.
Like one thing I was never concerned about with Hasbro was going to be the toy lines and things like that. Hasbro is a toy company. They're or a game company, should I say. They if
Yeah, they're more games
anybody
now.
Yeah, if anybody could market Power Rangers in that area, it's Hasbro. So, and then
Yeah,
Playmates, at least back when I was growing up, Playmates was mainly like little kids toys. So,
yeah,
they're it seems like they might be trying to gear up for the newer generation, which is again something you have to do. You got to cater to us with the money who have been here, but you also got to bring in those young children so they can continue the legacy when we're old and brittle and we're going senile.
Right.
yeah. Of course, because at the end of the day, Power Rangers is a children's show.
Not that soon. That might not be the case no more.
No, well, they haven't. They didn't make any announcements about any new TV series or cartoon series or anything like that. There's no announcements about that, as far as I'm aware, from Comic Con.
Soon,
But
right now, as soon as we want.
yeah. But what you call it? But they were Hasbro. either I don't know if they were actually doing Comic-Con or they announced that they were going to be like with an auction of the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger suits from the show.
It's not just the suits; they're
Like the whole
liquidating
set.
everything associated with NPR.
I
So
that
if you wanted some of that Power Ranger, if you got some real dough to spend and you want some of that Power Ranger history, this is your chance now. Grab legit Power Ranger gear.
I can almost guarantee that no fan listening to any Power Ranger podcast has enough money to buy any of the stuff that they're liquidating. That's for strictly for
Yeah.
like the famous people with
Unless
millions
you're
of
willing to
dollars.
max out a credit card.
Yeah,
Black card.
that's definitely expensive.
I, yeah, I mean, it's a nice thought for sure. It's a nice thought for sure, but nah, I don't think any of us are going to be getting any of those goods. But
You
I
know,
do want to. I mean, you're right. You never know, but it's highly unlikely. So, but
Yeah.
I want to talk about how the liquidation of the assets has people in a panic because usually the liquidation of assets means something's going out of business, something's going bankrupt, something's about to be sold, and you're trying to get what little bit of money you can get before you actually get rid of it. And from a business standpoint, just how I'm kind of looking at it, I see how that can be concerning to fans what they're doing. But it's also like, what is Hasbro going to do with it? If they're really trying to move in a different direction, they're really trying to leave the Mighty Morphin era where it is, which it sounds like is what they're trying to do. Why not give this stuff back to whatever fans have enough money to buy it? You know what I mean? I think that makes the most sense. So that way you can actually start fresh and not have that thing that MMPR suit still hanging up on the wall in the background behind you, whispering to us, "Call Tommy, call Tommy." Nope, nope. Sorry, y'all.
Tommy and Kim forever!
What was that?
Billy is the most powerful ranger! Don't tell Tommy or Jason! Shh! Billy's most
W
connected to
take.
the grid next to Zordon! Shh!
W take Billy as the most powerful ranger.
Well, if you
Powerful
think
hot take.
about it, you know, according to grid lore, like Blue Rangers are the most in tune or connected to the Morphin Grid. So it would make sense like they would at least have some more power or at least understanding of the grid power itself.
Yes, definitely
Because they're
makes
mostly
sense.
most in tune with it or technologically in tune as well.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe that's why Blue Rangers are the people that always end up being Blue Rangers are usually the ones with the least fighting experience.
We don't need it. Yeah, I mean, most of the
I don't know,
time,
just
yes.
for that.
Yeah, most of the time. There are a couple of Blue Rangers that were considered the
Yeah.
best fighters on the team, but for the most part, yeah, no, we don't really get that because it was. I would say
I would say like
Kevin.
majority of the time.
I would say Kevin. I
Mhm.
would say what's his name from Lightspeed Rescue? Um,
Yeah.
I don't I remember his name for life. Them. I think Theo from Jungle Fury.
Fury. Yeah, I was thinking him.
I think he was considered technique wise as the best of the three.
I don't know if he was the best fighter, but he wasn't a typical
Mm,
Blue Ranger. What's his name from RPM? All I can
that
remember is I'm Scottish.
no, not that. I'm about to say
Yeah.
Noah. No, Noah is Megaforce.
No.
Finn? Is it Finn?
It might be Finn.
Flynn. Flynn?
Flynn. Is it
Is it
Flynn?
Flynn. I think it's Flynn.
Flynn? That's how you know we getting old as fans, man. So many names to remember, and we struggling.
It's a little, a lot.
If you have kids, then you understand. Like you grow up as a kid, and your parent calls you the other sibling's name, and you're like, "How do you not know what my
Oh
name
yeah, all
is?"
the time.
We understand now. There's so many of y'all. Person, you know what I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Flynn, it
Well,
is
if you think
Flynn.
about it this way, so Power Rangers have been going on for like what, about 30, 31 years now? And each Ranger team on average has 6 people, so it's 6 times 30. The
Yeah,
math. I'm not doing it.
At least 180, but so there's definitely at least 200 Rangers all
mhm.
time, at least. So, and that's live action. That's just live action.
Yeah.
So,
We're not even counting the comics here.
But I don't think there are any repeat names.
no,
Oh,
there was one.
only one Kim.
I feel like there was one.
Cat? I feel like that would maybe. No,
It,
maybe they didn't
it
repeat
was a
that one.
repeat name, but there weren't many Rangers with the name Cat. There was a lot of side characters with the name Cat.
Yeah. Not Tommy. There's only been one Tommy so far. Not
They wouldn't
Kim,
be
not
crazy
Billy,
enough.
definitely not Zach.
I might be thinking of last names. They've used last names more than one.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, they have. They recycle last names easily.
Then no, I don't think they reused the first name. Yeah, no.
That's a lot if you actually think about it, because names are difficult.
As a author, I can attest names are hard.
When you're writing, names are kind of the worst part.
Yes.
What is in it? Well, like what is in a name?
It's
Yeah, names got meaning.
that, yeah. That I think that's half of it. Because you don't want it. A name is a name. A name is an identifier. That it becomes
Yeah,
part of your being once you have a name. So you don't want to just give this character any name. You want to give them the right name, like naming your child. So yeah,
yeah.
it's hard. I, I want to. Can we shift? Because I was kind of staring at this
Okay,
screen for a good
We
little
got some
minute.
bad news.
go ahead.
Ah,
Did you find something? Another announcement that maybe I missed from San Diego Comic Con?
I found something that wasn't exactly all that great for us.
we might be thinking about the same thing, maybe. So I was trying to bring it back up because I had left to go look up some stuff. But apparently, and this is fresh. It's not gonna be fresh by the time this is released, but it's fresh as I'm saying it. So apparently,
Fresh.
a Green Ranger was caught on
Oh,
video pushing an elderly man to the ground.
yep.
And can you guess which one it is? We'll give you 3 seconds to guess if you don't already know. It was Hector David Jr. from Samurai. His Green Ranger name was.
Cameron.
He don't look the
Oh no,
same.
that's Ninja Storm. I just confused my Rangers. I did the parent
Uh,
thing.
And I
I
Mike.
believe Mike, yeah.
okay.
Mike. Yes.
Ooh,
One of the prettiest Green Rangers of all time, maybe the prettiest Green Ranger of all time, was caught, and not in necessarily 4K. The picture's a little blurry, but apparently that is him. And it's clearly somebody is pushing this old man to the ground. He has like his little walker, and he's pushing. Let me just take a pause here so I can have a chance to insert a video so you guys can watch. That shit was crazy, wasn't it? What the hell wrong with him? Why you push that old man? But apparently they were arguing at
by
first.
accident? Was he like not looking where he's going, or he was like, "Move,
No,
bitch, get out of
no,
the way"?
it was an attacking push. Yeah.
He dropped the elbow and everything. That shit was crazy.
Yep.
I guess someone's not coming back for the reunion.
Oh, apparently
But
he's
see,
already deleted all of his social media, everything.
yeah,
Shamed. Social media canceled. Shamed. This is why I don't
Ah,
push elderly people. There's the cameras
now,
everywhere.
in his defense, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. In his
okay,
defense,
okay.
elderly people are annoying sometimes. And apparently they were arguing for a little while before this happened. So we don't know the full story. Now, I'm not saying he should have pushed the old man, but if the old man was being spiteful and trying to stop him from leaving by walking in front of his truck, which is what looks like what's happening, he gets out, moves him out the way so he could get back in his car so he can dip out. Now, it looked like somebody stopped.
So
A nice,
really,
innocent bystander drove past, I guess, to berate him. And it looked like he stopped to explain why he just pushed his old man to the ground. You can't hear it, but you can see
so the old man was being a Karen,
it.
possibly.
I don't
Yeah.
want to create a narrative, but if
Yeah.
I had to decipher with what little information we're given from this blurry ass video, it's a strong possibility. Because people, I hate to believe that he would just because he's
Yeah.
angry for something stupid, that he would just push this old man to the ground. I really don't want to believe that, you know. So, but I also don't want to victim blame either.
Yeah.
But
It's just
eh,
like if you're playing devil's advocate, it's a possibility. Like if you want to play defense lawyer versus like plaintiff versus defense in the court of public defending, the defense could argue that, he didn't mean to push him. He was trying to move out of the way because he was blocking his way of the truck to move, and this guy was being a Karen from whatever previous bullshit argument that was happening. And then the plaintiff could turn around and say, well, he should not have laid hands upon this elderly
Yep.
person and
Yep.
just waited to let him keep blow his on air because eventually the old man will get tired and eventually slowly walk away.
I yeah, I get that though. But again, on the other hand, if you ever actually had to deal with a very difficult old person, you understand the sentiment of wanting to push them the fuck over. Like I had to take care of an old person, so I get it. I've worked in customer service for pretty much most of my life. I get it. Not saying it's right.
I was gonna say we can get it, but we also understand that we don't do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I've never pushed old man. I've never pushed old person.
You don't lay hands on someone unless they lay hands on you first. Then it's self-defense.
Yep.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules. I mean, at least he didn't morph. but but he just started laying elbows on the old man.
Oh,
Imagine he does the morphing sequence in front of the old guy, but doesn't morph, and the old guy's just like, what the hell is wrong with kids these days? And just slowly starts walking away.
He just hits him with his clutch thing. Hit him with his walker.
Oh, crazy man.
is
Oh,
it? It's just another incident in the curse of Power Ranger actors
I
going through
don't
fame.
that I feel like that's such it's one of those things where it only seems that way because there's so many of them. Like you said, we just said there's over 200 Rangers live action all time. Come on.
Yeah. And then out of all those 200, like, how many has really run into bad luck, so to speak? Or death.
A handful.
Like a small, you can turn around and say,
Yeah,
yeah, like
it
a
might
small
be
percentage.
two. It might be two.
That's still
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
sounds about
when
right.
people talk about the Power Ranger curse, it kind of reminds me of the Superman curse. Everyone keeps talking about, like, if you play Superman, bad juju. Like what happened with the first Superman.
Yeah.
And then Christopher Reeve Superman. And the other Supermans.
There
The
are
voice actor Superman.
I feel like most of the Supermen are fine. Doing just fine. feel like Henry Cavill is
Yeah.
doing just fine.
He
What's
is
his
fine.
name?
It's woo. I mean, we're not denying it, but woo.
Yeah, like he there.
I'll
What's his
hail my
name?
king to the nerds. I'll hail the king.
Yeah.
Wait. Maybe we don't crown him king immediately.
I mean, do you have a
So,
contender for
okay,
Henry
he
Cavill?
plays for so
I
Henry
refuse to
Cavill.
make
Okay,
decisions based off of looks.
not just looks. He built his own computer. He plays Warhammer for fun
Yes,
and
but I
Magic the
know he
Gathering,
makes his own figurines
RPGs.
for
Plus,
Warhammer.
he knows his a Witcher like the back of his hand.
He knows his nerd stuff.
Yeah, he knows his shit. It's not just with the looks. He's got the brains to back it up.
Hmm. He's a true nerd. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, if you have a contender, let's hear
No, I don't. I'm just saying, most of us nerds don't look that good.
it. You want the king of the nerds
Speak for
to look
yourself.
like literally the king nerd?
I'm just saying I don't want us nerds to have with unrealistic expectations for themselves.
I don't think Henry Cavill is unrealistic. Bro hits the gym. Yo pumps. Bro lives in the gym. So nerds can do that too. They just don't want to. You can go to the gym. Look, if you start right now,
Go to the gym.
you hit the gym, nerds, all you nerds. If you hit the gym right now, a matter of fact, you can start right now at home. Start some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Do some sit-ups, some squat, one hot squat, two hot squat. You can get buff like Henry Cavill too,
Yeah.
and you can get girls.
Or boys. No joking.
You're right, or boys, or both.
Well, yeah. Well, I go to the gym and I also play roller derby. So, yeah. Have you seen this? Look at this. Look at that definition right there.
Yeah. A lot of girls don't have that.
Yeah.
It's just like
Oh.
that, and nothing.
I support calisthenics for all people who do not go to the gym like me. There are plenty of ways to work out without.
Yeah. You don't got to get big and strong. Me, I like a combination of both. I have a nice slim stature, so I like to try to pack on the muscle, but muscle without use is useless. So try to make sure I
Totally
do a lot
pointless.
of, yeah, you gotta flex. You gotta make sure they're flexible. I do my yoga and, I do a lot of yard work. I got a yard now and shit. So, use the muscles for like everyday use. Now they're worth something.
Yeah, like I like to work on the cardio, especially because not only with roller derby, but also too, like walking around the conventions for 3 days straight for over 12 hours a day. You got to keep your cardio going, so that way you're not winded at the convention.
Agreed.
Cardio is important.
Yeah, or you never know when you might gotta push an old man to the ground. You gotta make sure your triceps are ready to go.
That is not very rangerly.
I'm just saying, muscles are used for a lot of different things.
Depends on which ranger. Depends on which.
True.
Unless
Because
you're green with evil.
fun thing we can do right now. Fun thing we can do right now. Which rangers all time are most likely to push an old person to the ground after they irritate them?
Magnum Defender before
Wolverine.
he was revealed.
Yes.
But he
Green
was
with evil. Enough said.
But Tommy on a regular day is not pushing an old man to the ground.
only when he was green with evil. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Green with evil easily.
No evil rangers. Non-evil, but was still pushing an old person to the ground.
Quantum Ranger.
I was thinking that too.
Type 4. Yeah.
Quantum Ranger was an asshole.
Get out of the way, old man.
Shit, Dylan RPM?
would he push an old man? I mean, he was a little rough around the edges, but would he push an old man to the ground?
By accident, not on purpose.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, he might definitely
Like if you're
bulldoze an
not
old man.
looking where you're going, you're just like in a hurry.
Yeah,
Trent
Kind of
before
like a New York
he
chef.
realized what was happening to him. Back when he was having his own, evil arc.
but again, that's the evil part. If after Trent came to his senses, I don't think he's like a Tommy. He's like a Saul.
Yeah. No, he was
Cupcake.
meant to be a sort of like mini Tommy. He was.
Yeah.
He did a good job though.
He was cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I think the only ones who like dead ass would do it are Magna Defender and Quantum Ranger.
Yeah, I think you're right. That might be the only two. And I guess
They
Mike.
really
That's three. Oh man. I mean, what? Why not have fun with it? Like the old man is already, pressing charges and stuff. He's gonna get what's coming to him. So why not have a little fun with it? I can't wait to
yeah.
figure out what actually happened because there's two sides to every story.
It's funny,
Like
maybe
the
someone
tea, man.
a samurai now.
Nah. Uh, to be honest, I hope not because Samurai was one of the better, not good, but better Neo Saban era
Which
generation.
is so that's so sad.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys, because I know I don't think I ever really paid that much attention to when I was watching it. When you guys were watching Power Rangers Samurai, were you particularly annoyed that they all weren't Asian or of Asian descent?
Yes, severely.
A little bit.
Okay.
It didn't. It was really confusing mentally between the use of Japanese characters and the actual theme of samurai for them not to be. It was just like, ooh,
It would have made like more sense if you had like because like Power Ranger teams, especially in its inception, were always diverse casting. So it would have been interesting for them to have a predominant cast of Asian descent actors with maybe a few non-Asian actors mixed in between.
To be honest, it never really bothered me because it felt on brand with Power Rangers. Like to put that much detail to genuinely make a samurai season where all the Rangers are of Asian descent, that's a little that requires good writing, which Power Rangers rarely had. So it didn't after honestly after I'd say Operation Overdrive, I kind of just watch the series or the seasons for what they are. I try not to compare them. I try not to say, hey, this one had bad acting because a lot of them had bad acting or this one had a bad story. I try to watch it for what it is. And that way it allows me to
over.
enjoy it. Hmm?
I thought RPM had a good story.
That
Yeah,
RPM
that
had
was the
annoying characters to me.
apocalyptic one, right?
It had
It's an
annoying
Overdrive.
kids.
Overdrive is the one with the
You
treasure
get
hunt and the
Overdrive and
two
RPM
brothers.
so confused.
So I didn't like Overdrive. I'm just gonna say it. I wasn't a fan. But um,
Yeah, Overdrive is the one with the treasure hunt, and it had the two evil brothers. One was like lava, and the other one was ice.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
then RPM is the one that is the apocalyptic world.
Apocalypse, yeah.
Okay. And that one, actually like that concept. It's like it's the end of the world.
Oh yeah,
To a
fantastic
computer
comic.
virus.
I
Mhm.
love RPM.
I appreciate.
Did Jungle Fury come after Overdrive or before Overdrive?
I think it was after Overdrive.
I don't know if that had a good story. I can't remember.
This
I
is what
want
I'm
to say
saying. There's too
after.
much to remember.
I want to say
Yeah,
after.
there's a lot.
Yeah, I want to say after. I don't want to say Jump Free came after
Yeah.
Overdrive. I think it goes. I think it goes Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, Mystic Force, Overdrive, Jungle Fury, RP. No, SPD is in there somewhere. I always forget SPD. That's the one that messes me up. Is SPD.
SPD story was great too.
SPD, I feel like had some
Here's
of
the
the better
chronological.
writing.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like SPD had some of the
Let's
better
see.
writing in Power Rangers season because it wasn't meant to be just your regular A B C D E F G story. It actually had little intricate things like racism and uh grief, and it was tied into the story so perfectly to develop the characters and the character dynamics. Like, yeah, SPD is definitely some of the best all around writing we've gotten in the Power Rangers.
Here's the order of all the Power Ranger series that's come out. So you have Power Rangers, then Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Zeo, Turbo, Power Rangers in Space, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue came after Power Rangers Lost Galaxy,
Most underrated season.
and then it was Power Rangers Time Force, Power Rangers Wild Force,
Mm.
Power Rangers Ninja Storm, then Power Rangers Dino Thunder, Power Rangers SPD,
Oh, yeah.
Power Rangers Mystic Force,
Mm-hmm.
Power Rangers Operation
Mm-hmm.
Overdrive.
Jungle Fury.
Oh, hold on. I lost Overdrive. Yeah, Overdrive. Then Jungle Fury. Then RPM. Then we had Samurai,
Of course.
Super Samurai, Mega Force,
Dino
Super
Charge.
Mega Force, Dino Charge,
Ninja Steel.
Dino Supercharge, Ninja
Morphers.
Steel, Super Ninja Steel,
Dino
Beast
Fury.
Morphers, Dino Fury,
Cosmic Fury.
and then then Cosmic Fury. That's a chronological order when they came out.
Yeah. SPD.
So let's remember.
If I can remember what SPD is, I can get the order right. But SPD is always what messes me up.
Yeah.
I think it was after RPM in which the stories became garbage, which was pretty much the start of the Neo Saban era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely his fault. That you would think by now he would have a better understanding of how to really make this franchise great. Hopefully, his third go around because he's coming back. Matter of fact, I think he still technically owns, or he's at least some kind of executive producer still on the show. So he's going to be around forever.
It's clear he's got the time to figure it out because we ain't getting nothing anytime soon.
Except for comics.
Yeah, except for the comics.
Yeah. Except for
Comics,
comics.
That's all we
comics and
got.
fan made stuff. But then again, fan made
Oh,
stuff
and
has
don't forget the
always
card
been
game. Power Ranger card game.
yeah.
And the tabletop role playing books.
They dropped a new game too. A new
Oh yeah, the
uh
side scrollers, right?
Power Rangers Rewind or Rita's Rewind or something like that. Yeah,
Rita's Rewind. I think she's like trying to go back in time and make things her way or something like that.
it's kind of like the Once and Always story plot line, but just slightly altered.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, not state of the franchise. I think the franchise is in a very stable state right now. I think we need this hiatus. We've been going year after year after year for 30 years. I think when it comes time to revamp, which is what we're doing now, there should be a reprieve. And that's where we are right now. I think we need to start being more patient as fans, but I get it. Power Rangers fans aren't designed with patience. So, but I am going to have to say, like, we gotta wait because they're cooking. They're cooking. Everybody, because things aren't popping out left and right, because we're so used to, you know, big companies doing these reveals and they tell you 3, 4, 5 years in advance all the movies and shows they're going to. Power Rangers isn't there yet. They're not Marvel. They're not DC. They're not there yet. You got to give them a chance to slowly get this stuff together. It's only really been a year. Cosmic Fury just ended. Okay, it's only been a year. Give it some time. We're going to get some good stuff. Just be ready with your wallet.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think a nice reprieve in just having like maybe the comics and the games. And of course you see fans making their own Power Ranger content just to hold yourselves over, just to entertain ourselves in a way. Maybe like this hiatus could be a good thing for the television show wise, because maybe it could get back to, okay, do we really want to reboot and do Mighty Morphin Power Rangers all over again? I mean, the only reason why it seems like they always go back to it is because that's when they made the most money. But the only reason why they made the most money at the same time is because it was completely and utterly brand new and there was nothing else around. And it was hyped. Like, it was hyped hard in the 90s. So like, so they need to find themselves like, what is really like, what is Power Rangers? It
That's
needs some time for itself.
that's funny because that's a question that constantly keeps popping up. Is what is Power Rangers? Like what makes Power Rangers Power Rangers? Like what is Power Rangers rooted in? Like what do they have to keep to be able to continue to say that this is Power Rangers, aside from just the name itself?
Yeah.
They're working on it. They're working on it. This is the first time they've shifted from the Mighty Morphin like branch. Because even though it's all taking place in different timelines over 30 years, it's still different branches of Mighty Morphin. Things that wouldn't be here unless Mighty Morphin. They're trying to wipe the slate clean. So to do that,
especially
hmm?
especially since the Neo Saban era really pushed into the whole Mighty Morphin connection over and over again. Especially you realized in the theme songs they were all variations of the Mighty Morphin theme, and it drove people insane.
Yeah, but not for nothing. It's probably really because of Mighty Morphin Power Ranger theme song slapped so hard.
But as hard as it slapped, you keep hearing it too much, you're going to get tired of it. Too much of anything is a
No,
bad thing.
hearing inferior versions of it, it starts to drive you insane.
Not the slap hard version, just the less slappage versions that have come after it.
The less sloppable version. Yeah, but I think we need this break. I think we as fans need this break so we can actually come to appreciate the franchise because that's another thing. I'm getting psychological on y'all. We've gotten entitled because we've gotten it every year for 30 years, where we feel like we're entitled to it now. Well, it's been 6 months. Where's the rest of it? Like, whoa, whoa. It's a privilege.
Cool your tits.
It's an honor and a privilege to be able to be a part of this franchise, but it's not a right. You don't have a right to a season a year. That's just what we're accustomed to. But if we really want something new, fresh, if we really want some heat, we're going to have to wait because whether you like it or not, true quality takes time. You can't rush anything good. You can't. It looks
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
sometimes like that's why I get a little weary with these like fan made Ranger ones, you could tell which ones took the time and which ones just rushed and sucked.
You can definitely tell. You can also tell and even if the quality of it isn't good, you can still tell who's passionate about what they're doing. Because there are a lot of Power Ranger projects like made officially by like Hasbro or whoever, where it doesn't seem like the people working on this is passionate about it. They get all this money, they have access to all these funds, all these skillful people, but because there's no passion, they produce shit. There has to be a medium. There has to be a line of fans and professionalism.
Yeah, but I think that's why the comics do so well, because a lot of the comic book writers that are writing for the Power Ranger comic books, the ones that have come out and the upcoming ones as well, they were themselves Power Ranger fans as kids. A lot of the writers.
That's exactly along the lines of what I was going to say. I'm going to say you shouldn't start a project unless you're a fan of it. I am tired of people coming on to creative projects and then they're saying they are not a fan of what they're actually, trying to be a part of. I can't stand it. If you're going to be on a creative process of something that is already established, you damn well need to be a fan of it.
Like what I like what they did with the Star Wars Mandalorian writers room is that they packed it with people who knew Star Wars or who were fans of Star Wars, and they had 1 or 2 writers who don't know shit about Star Wars. So if the ones who didn't know about Star Wars started asking questions, then they know it's like, okay, we need to tweak this writing so that the casual Star Wars viewer can understand what's going on and don't feel lost.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and this is what I've kind of been thinking, that when it comes to comics, there's less hands in the pot. There's less chefs in the kitchen. So the cohesion is a lot easier as opposed to a full-blown show where there's writing, there's directing, you have producers who want to say and how things are going. When you have so many hands trying to create this one thing, it's going to start to look mucky after a while. As opposed to a comic, you have writers, illustrators. That's pretty much it. And I guess like a comic book line runner for that series or for that specific story or something, but that's pretty much it. Like there's not all this extra stuff going on around it that's affecting the outcome of it.
We're forgetting about the editors.
Mm-hmm.
Editors, yeah, editors. But their job is. But here's the thing about editors, and this is coming from my newfound experience in editing fucking shit. It is the most it is the most important part of the entire creative process. You can have the most bomb actors, you can have the most bomb writing, you can have the most bomb director, but if that crap isn't put together properly, it's gonna look like shit. You can write some of the trashiest stuff, but if you splice that bad boy together, you can get you a viral video. Editing is the most underrated part of any project, and it is the most tedious task to do. But man, if you do it correctly,
Sweet.
I mean, you don't gotta believe me. There's a reason why more people aren't creating because once you start getting into it and you realize how much it actually takes to complete, you're like, oh, is this what people do? Yeah, it's not as simple as just standing in front of a camera, turning it off, and then uploading it. No, no, this is hours of your time because A, you got to at least rewatch the video to make sure it's what you want to see. Yes, first off. So at the very least, you're utilizing twice as much time as it took for you to make the video in the first damn place. People are impatient. People don't have the time
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Especially recently.
Yes, everything is thrown at us so quickly. There's 1,000 shows to watch. Shows are I I like now that, and I've noticed that the most quality shows usually have like a year in between seasons, year and a half in between seasons. The ones that are rushing to fart shit out every 6 months to a year, that's the stuff that goes kaput in like a few seasons.
Just them though. There's also the other aspect, the shows that'll produce a season and then 2, 3 years later be like, hey, we have another season ready for you when nobody remembers anymore.
Yeah, you can't do that after the first season. You can do that after maybe like season like 3 or 4, like the boys, because now they know they got to keep cooking. But that's fine because we're waiting on it. But doing that after season one, no, you can't do that.
No.
I think 2 years.
People are going to move on because they think, oh, they're not really going to make a second season. It's going to take that long, so I'm going to move on to another show.
I think 2 seasons is especially for like a real serious project. I think 2 years is a good enough amount of time to shoot what you need to shoot, write what you need to write, edit it properly, do proper marketing for release. I think 2 years is perfect because people don't realize there's a lot of aspects to it. It's a lot of aspects to it, a lot. So 2 years, I think is pretty good. Um, a year it seems kind of fast. Now, some projects get started right after the first one gets done. Like say they'll get done shooting that first project in like January, and then they'll pick back up on the second project during the summer, like things like that. But no, we need to wait. We need to wait. Don't be like Mike and get impatient and push an old person down because you don't want to wait for them to move from in front of your truck. Just wait a minute. I'm gonna bring it up every episode now. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. I'm gonna remind everybody. Oh, I mean, I might as well remind y'all about every fucked up Ranger we had do some fucked up shit. But then again, he was defending himself. And what's a better way to wind up in jail than to say that you stabbed a nigga with a sword because he was acting wild? Like, I think we need to bring back, what was his name? Eric Medina? Bring him back, bro. Free bro. He ain't doing nothing wrong. Free bro.
Did
Free
he just
bro.
get released from prison because he served his, like, whatever amount of years for the manslaughter?
Give me a second. I'm about to look right now because that's my boy. I loved him as Decker and Samurai.
I feel like he was, like, sentenced to, like, 4 or 8 years in prison. That was, like, a while ago. I know he didn't get charged with murder. I think he only got charged with, like, manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
He used deadly force in self-defense or something like that.
What's his name again?
Oh, he's been released since 2020. Man, free bro.
Okay, so he's been out for a while now.
Bring bro back to cons, man. Y'all tripping. Y'all acting like bro tweaked out and then just went haywire and just started slashing people. Bro was defending himself the only way who now? By the sword. Bro is a real samurai. What you want him to do? Nah, don't hide your face. Get over here. I'm not doing this alone. Get over here. Man, say
I mean, would I rather we deal with problems with swords? Maybe.
a little bit.
Would I endorse this in the public eye?
Nope.
Maybe not.
Man, that's the problem. See, I'm still from the generation where we used to talk shit out loud. Okay, we got teased. There was no real bullying. It was either you gave what you got, or you just sat there and took it. It was up to you. Okay, there was no coddling. Are you okay? Did that hurt? No. Somebody gonna walk over and say, "Hey, next time this is what you say." Say his shoes look like he be going roll, 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 roll your boat all day long. People will give you some pointers. They'll help you up and help make you. They'll teach you to fish. We busy giving men's fish. We gotta teach men's to fish. We don't teach men's to fish no more. That's the problem. So we're gonna talk about it. Eric Medina was defending himself. I I know, and let's be real. Yeah, I'm going there. Most of you nerds, when you get in a situation when your back is against the corner and your heart is pounding, if you look to your right and you see a sword, you ain't gonna grab it. You see this big jock, not saying the guy was bigger than him. I'm just using this example for yourselves. If you are face to face with a jock and there's a sword to your right within arm's reach, you ain't gonna grab that and slice his ass? Yeah, you are. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie.
We're not going to have them admit to this in public. Agree mentally, not actually.
Why? If we're all thinking the
See,
same
me, how
thing,
what I would do in that situation, I would kick them in the balls, and when they kneel down, you go for the uppercut. I'm not above kicking someone in the balls. I will do it if I have to, and I have multiple times.
I mean, it's
For
a
good reasons, for
highly
self-defense reasons, of course.
no.
As a woman, sometimes you need to.
It is a highly effective technique. However, that is a technique that can really only be employed by a woman. Like, if you're a man fighting another man, it's very taboo to kick another man in the nuts. Yeah, that's you just gotta take an ass whooping.
All right, well, nope, nope. See, here I will begin my descent into madness.
hmm
In a fight, there are no rules. There's no honor. Don't do no honor. You do whatever it takes to win.
Bro in full blown survival mode, and he hollering out Eric is wrong for grabbing the sword in self defense.
I didn't say it was wrong. I said we will not admit it, so that we are now having issues in court, sir.
Man, I
Yep, I see what you did there. Yep.
Deny, deny, deny.
I ain't denying nothing.
Deny plausibility.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe I was feeling it, maybe I wasn't. Fuck that.
At no point in time did I
Furry
deny his act.
insanity.
You do
Man,
what you gotta do, but you don't let nobody know what you did.
I'ma make some red free Eric shirts that y'all gonna see me rocking very soon.
You're gonna have a slight issue because I'm pretty sure his name's Ricardo Medina.
Who's Eric Medina? Who am I talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Just before we start making these Eric shirts, I'm gonna need you to figure out who Eric is.
Actually,
But wait, wasn't Eric the character's name in the Ranger series that he played, or?
no.
Because it's the guy from Wild Force, right?
Yeah, but his name wasn't Eric. It was
Decker.
Decker. His name was
Okay.
Decker in Samurai. His name was Cole in Wild Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is Eric Medina? But you know what's funny? I think I'm still gonna do free Eric just out of like just out of pure irony.
People are gonna be like, "Who the hell is Eric?" Oh, no, I gotta look up. See, I'm trying to remember. I think there was a Power Ranger whose name was Eric. I'm googling this. Give me
Yeah.
1 second. I gotta
Yeah.
see if there's a.
Quantum Ranger.
It had to have been at least one.
Yeah, Quantum Ranger. His name was Eric.
I think it was the Quantum Ranger. Hold on.
I don't remember his last name though.
Who was a real asshole for a good chunk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He was a little whiny. All the way up until the end, to be honest with you.
He was a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quantum Ranger, Eric. Eric Myers, to be exact. So I guess you're making shirts to say "Free Eric."
There's gonna be his picture on there too.
Yes, free
Like Eric, hey Ricardo.
Eric from this love triangle he's stuck in.
Oh,
You make those shirts, and only the people who watch will understand.
yeah, that's what's gonna make it even more special. You guys are part of the crew now, the inside joke. You see somebody with a free Eric shirt, you're like, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Know what I say? We should make free Zordon.
No,
No, team
let's-
keep Zordon. Team
let's-
keep Zordon.
Let's put him.
Zordon.
We'll put him in a hole. Yeah. Child soldiers, mental abuse,
Oh no!
war
Put
crime.
Zordon on trial.
Hashtag keep Zordon tubed.
Yeah.
Hashtag Zordon war crimes.
Zordon got away with a lot of things he probably shouldn't have.
Zordon equals Hitler.
No.
I'm jumping into the deep end.
That is deep hole. I mean, because like Zordon was a floating alien interdimensional being who decided to recruit people under the age of 18 to fight in an intergalactic war.
He also kidnapped said people.
Well, he kidnapped them and gave them the choice to be Rangers or not. They did have a choice. And they didn't accept.
Did they?
If we're in the choice, grooming feels like a choice sometimes.
So the choice was, hey, either guys be Rangers or your planet's doomed. What will it be? I guess I'll be a Power Ranger.
Do you want to help your family, or do you want them to continue to suffer? That's how you groom a teenager.
We don't even really have to go all that far. just for the teenage mind. Would you like to skip school
Yeah.
and fight, or go to class?
I get to pilot a gigantic robot. Sign me up.
Unregistered firearms, blades,
Unlimited power.
use of heavy mechanical vehicles.
Heavy machinery without a license.
I don't have a driver's license yet, but I can fly a Zord.
And crash through buildings.
But I can pilot a Zord.
Yeah, there was a lot that like, whoo, whoo, whoo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now, come on now. And now I would love to see a quick, not too much, a quick reverse perspective of a regular day in one of these towns and you're a civilian. Are you constantly fearing for your life? Or are we keeping the camp route of, oh, well, just another day of the city being destroyed type deal? I want to look at it as like a Marvel type.
It depends on which location you are, because sometimes there are locations in which you have a house on the street, and the street would open up to release a Zord, and I'm pretty sure everything in your house is now shaken up.
Damn, that's true.
Like, gotta double check that insurance policy to make sure it's covered.
It's not. They don't.
Oh no, the buildings that get hit by a Zord or a monster being thrown by a Zord. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, they don't cover it because it happens too often.
That's covered in the insurance policy.
Yeah, no, it happens too often. Like, they don't cover earthquakes in places where there are a lot of earthquakes. They don't cover floods in places there are a lot of floods. They're not covering Zord damage in places where there are Power Rangers. It's not happening.
Yeah. So then, if you think about it, those areas would be like the cheapest places to live. So you probably would have people who would live there that it's the only place they can afford, so they're probably not even going to get the insurance because it's like, well,
Yeah,
if it's done, it's done.
means
Like
they're the ones that'll be like, it's another day.
I got a question.
I like to call it the New York City mentality. It's like, oh, there's a giant turtle running around. So anyway,
No, I got it. I got one. Which city is more dangerous for the civilian? Gotham City or Angel Grove?
I would say Gotham.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Joker.
Gotham has several
Joker
issues.
toxin, Scarecrow tear gas, because a lot of Batman's villains, they use like mass gas hit all at once, major population damage. Unlike Power Rangers, where it's more of a in particular area battlefield damage.
No. Not only that, okay. In Angel Grove, yes, you have your destruction of monsters and Zords and all that. But it's not every day, okay? In Gotham, it's every night. Like every night. And not even the nights, it's also the day, but it gets worse at night. Gotham sucks.
My argument is Gotham seems more like death by 1,000 cuts. Wow. Angel Grove is more like you can be in a skyscraper and the whole thing could just come down, and now we have hundreds, almost thousands of casualties from this one Zord fight.
High. Don't go high. Stay low and stay mobile.
What about the debris that falls from the ground and the smoke?
I say stay mobile. Move.
Nah,
Destruction cleanup companies are going to be making their money in Angel Grove.
nah. It's one thing because in Gotham you avoid a specific street, a specific area, you should be fine. In Angel Grove,
Nope.
nowhere is safe.
No. Ain't nowhere.
Gotham?
Ain't not a corner in Gotham you can go
The
to.
school's safe. They never attacked the school. I mean, you had putties infiltrate, pretend to be rangers, but no monster attack has happened in school. Maybe kidnappings, yes, but no
No,
attacks.
there were monster attacks at school in Mighty Morphin. That pig.
Not inside the school, but like outside the school, like maybe like outside the juice bar or like by the park or whatever, but not in the school building in itself.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, they were never taken into the school. It was always outside.
I think that was the juice bar every time.
The monsters apparently respect education.
Weird.
You know who doesn't respect education? Anybody in Gotham.
That's true. Yeah.
They won't just go into the school. They'll blow the school up. With the kids in it.
Well, it also depends on which villain you're talking about. We do it. Joker, yes. Bane, more like a hostage situation kind of deal. But Joker, he doesn't care.
Yeah, that's also an
He just
issue.
wants Batman's attention.
You could have several issues in Gotham going on at once. And usually in your Angel Grove situation, you at most will have three, and the Rangers will go separate places to handle that. In Gotham, it's everywhere.
I want a body count. I want a body count of Angel Grove, and I want a body count of Gotham for the year. For the year. I don't want spots. I don't want to see who got what every day. I want for the year who had the most deaths by saving.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if someone actually did this.
I'm pretty sure
many
they cycle through people on a daily basis.
Angel Grove and Power Rangers.
You know what else?
During
in Power Rangers.
I'm actually Googling it. This is what I'm Googling. During monster attacks.
No. I don't care. Gotham and Angel Grove are different kinds of things happening. Gotham is rough, yes, it's a little bit more, pinpointed with its brutality. But Angel Grove, the randomness makes it even more dangerous. Imagine if you're always alert, you can at least
Bro.
avoid danger. If you're not alert and all of a sudden a building or a fist just comes at your window and now you're just gone.
See, you have to realize though, it ain't all the time. Usually, they start off as small monsters. Everyone gets to see them and run before they go big.
True, true.
Yeah.
But you would have to evacuate the entire city to be genuinely safe. And they don't usually do that. They're still there.
Yeah.
You don't know when
Oh,
the
but
monster's gonna go big.
if your rangers are really responsible, they can take their battles to space. But
Also, keep in
They're not
mind
used
when the news anchors always confirm that Megazord battles conveniently took place in the Angel Grove abandoned district, so no deaths apparently happened. In a abandoned construction district. Pretty much these monster fights were happening in a non-work, construction zone.
hey, big old monster, let's just go over there real quick. Why?
Yeah,
Just
pretty much. Yeah, that's why when I Google, it's like, how many civilians died during monster attacks? The answer is always 0, because they always attack, because the big Zord monster battle is in an abandoned part of town. It's conveniently in the abandoned part construction zone where no one is conveniently at
This
of town.
is the show. This is the one that we can't let go. This is the one. This is it. This is the one. This is the one people are losing their minds over that they're trying to leave behind.
At least there was an explanation.
There's a logical reasoning for it. They had the big Zord monster battle showdown in an abandoned part of town that no one's at.
They took it outside.
That's my next question. Did they take it outside? Did it follow them? Did they, like you said, did they say, hey, let's move this over here where it's safe for everybody? And the monster said, yeah, you know what, you're right. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to whoop your ass. A monster with integrity is crazy.
When, Rita or Lord Zed or whoever made their monster grooves, all of a sudden they were from whatever park or area they were at outside that they were fighting to, all of a sudden they're grown in this abandoned part of town.
How do you expect to defeat the Power Rangers and take over the world from an abandoned?
I guess even the villains have honor. I don't know.
Oh, well,
Honor amongst evil?
technically speaking, Lord Zed was a part of the same organization that Zordon was in, so he might have some honor.
Yeah, exactly.
I just no. Yeah, it's time. It's time, everybody. It's time. We can't keep defending this. It's been 30 years. Writing has gotten better. Okay, we don't got to put up with this anymore. We don't have to put up with this mess. No casualties because it always takes place in an abandoned district. An abandoned district.
Or abandoned district or away from civilization. It's a battle that takes place away from people.
Look, that abandoned
So
district.
no civilians are hurt in the middle of a monster battle.
No, that abandoned district looked very much like a city. So unless they have this abandoned district that was used to be a city that they just abandoned just so the Megazord could have its battles there.
Part of yeah, well, if you look at the map of Angel Grove, it's the abandoned part of town is right outside downtown Angel Grove.
No, hold up. Pull up this so-called map.
It's outside the financial district of where the skyscrapers are at. That's why you see the skyscrapers in the background, but never really, in the midst of the battle per se. So it looks like the battle's happening in the city, but it's really happening outside the city. It's like I'm gonna have a monster battle like on the northern shore of Jersey, but you can see this New York City skyscrapers in the background.
Do I got the right map? Country Club.
Country.
Well, I be a son of a bitch. San Angeles Mountain Range, Pacific Ocean, they in Cali.
Oh,
Angel Grove High. Okay. We all right. Angel Grove High is in Middleton Heights. The youth center is also in Middleton Heights. The juice bar. Wait, isn't the juice bar and the youth center the same place?
Yeah.
Why is it saying it's two different places on here?
because technically speaking, if you were to go to a mall, you have the mall, and then you have the stores in the mall.
Then how big is so then what is the size range of this map I'm looking at then? Because it looks relatively large.
Yeah, Angel Grove is a big town. It's a little big city.
Yeah, city.
Mhm.
Angel Grove down. Okay, where's this abandoned district where we talking about?
It's like the downtown construction zone.
Downtown.
What were they
Let me get the Angel Grove map up. Hold on.
Make the city.
Is it the north or the south or the east or the west?
Hold on.
What the fuck? Area 52. Wait a minute.
Angel Grove map.
Area 52. That's where they was at in Dino Fury. That was Area 52, right? The villain's base.
Okay, so pretty much the abandoned district is the Industrial Bay District 11. That's what they're talking about when it's the abandoned area. It's the industrial district over there.
No, 62. Area 62.
You see that on the map?
Okay. I see the Industrial Bay and Port Industry Harbor. And then in the Industrial Bay is the Department of Water and Power Plant. Maybe I should try a different map.
Yeah, no, because
I'm going by the Renegade Studios Angel Grove map. It's a little bit more detailed.
What we got here? Yeah.
all of this started because Wes could not believe that Gotham was worse. Gotham is worse. Okay, it's worse.
Yes. Damn.
It's worse.
All right. Jeez. Fuck. I was wrong. Gotham's pretty fucking bad.
No, Gotham is not pretty fucking bad. Gotham has been bad since its inception. Even when they were making Gotham, it was bad. Gotham was just. I don't understand how Gotham exists.
Shit is just.
They should have blown that place to ash.
I think they tried to.
And probably failed because Gotham's a cockroach. It never seems to die.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Well, that's enough of this map shit. Oh God, we done got to talk about the Angel Grove map and how dangerous it is. I'm gonna say this. I would much rather live in Gotham. That's just me. I know how to move when I know there could be danger around. If I'm just sitting around
4 days and he's gone.
If I'm just sitting around doing my job and then a random Megazord just drops into my ceiling, I'm just cooked. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm just gone.
Mm-hmm.
But in Gotham, hell, I could become a real nigga myself in Gotham. Link up with Batman and them, get some training, or get some of that shit Bane be taking and get souped up and get to smacking a bitch or something. I could do that. You can't do that in Angel Grove. It's only 5 Rangers. Maybe 6. Yeah, I hope you get that 6th one.
One, you could be doing your everyday life and a rocket could come through your window. Two, the venom that Bane takes is highly addictive and also deteriorates the mind. So yeah, go ahead and take that if you want to. um, and then also, a sudden death by Megazord is better than fear gas from Scarecrow and being tortured. Joker torturing you. You being shot up by the goon of the day.
Mm.
Being burnt alive.
Poison Ivy's plants.
Yes, eaten by
Poison Ivy's plants.
Yeah.
Or getting frozen to death by Mr. Freeze.
Or of course, there's Killer Croc who might eat you alive. There's several strong things that'll rip you apart. Yes, a giant flying bat that will, pick you up and you're gone. And then also, there's everyday street thugs that'll stab you.
Let's put it this way: if you live in Angel Grove, you gotta be packing. I'm not Angel Grove. I mean Gotham. You have to be packing.
That's easy. That's easy. I can pack some heat. I can't pack no heat against a Zord.
Yeah, I'll make it even better. Even if you are highly trained and you work with the Bat family, you could end up like Jason Todd and beaten with a crowbar.
In his defense, we wanted him to get cracked with a crowbar.
Get thrown into the Lazarus pit and then come back to life a little insane in the membrane.
Yeah, you could be brought back to life just to be killed again.
After all the shit. Yep.
I don't think it's a competition.
Very well.
I think this competition, Gotham wins. Gotham is worse to live at than Angel Grove.
Okay, all right. They both suck, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
At least Angel Grove. I feel like at least Angel Grove gives you that camp because you can go to a juice bar and get a smoothie as you watch a monster destroy the abandoned industrial district on TV. So we're not even in fucking danger. This is bullshit. And
the only time you're in danger is when the monster shows up at the park and y'all just run for cover while the Rangers conveniently wait for y'all to run away because everyone apparently has good cardio in Angel Grove for them to morph and kick the monster's ass. Like, did anyone not... Okay, here's the thing. Did anyone not notice, like, the 5 people who always seem to stick around when the putties show up when everyone else is running for the hills?
No. We don't get to do that, okay? Because nobody notices the man who takes off his glasses and now is Superman.
Good point. Or like Pummel Horse guy from the Olympics.
Yeah, just leave it alone. We don't talk about the fact that no.
Let's draw attention to it.
Better story, yeah, but no.
I think that's a good place to cut this because we went all off topic again anyway, so whatever, doesn't matter.
Yep.
So long story short, the state of the franchise is fine. Everybody calm down. Yes, there are comic lines being ended. Comics. Yes, we're moving away from Mighty Morphin. Yes, you got Green Rangers shoving old men to the ground, but we're fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to make it through this. If we can make it through Eric Medina stabbing a guy and going to jail, we can make it through Hector David Jr. pushing an old man to the ground. We're going to be okay, guys. I swear, I promise. I promise we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay, guys. We're going to be okay. I promise. So don't worry about it.
At least we're not living in Gotham.
You know what? Yep. That's always a great thing.
We live the life we deserve. Blessed.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And then you guys are blessed too, because none of us live in Gotham. All right. All right. So calm down, everybody. Be patient. It's coming. The good stuff is coming. I feel like as long as they drop something quality, we're all going to forget about that long wait. We're not going to remember the wait anyway. Patient. Faith in the morphing grid. May the power protect you. All that good stuff. Patient. All right. Cool. Right? Yeah. Fandom. All right. We're your hosts of Generations of the Grid. As always, I'm Wes.
I'm Candace.
And I'm Damien.
And we'll see you guys next time. You didn't hit the May the Power. Yeah.
Oh, may the power protect you. Just gonna try to change it up.
Run it again. Bloopers. All right.
I'm pretty sure you said it first, so it was already there. They got the power.
Exactly.
That wasn't the exit May the Power protect you though. That was just the ending of the conversation. May the power protect you.
Okay.
May the
Gotcha.
power protect you from this conversation we just had.
Technically, the power would be protected. You'd have to be protected from the power. But hey,
The power caused you to push old men to the ground. So may the power protect you.
Power protect the old man.
Yeah.
hey, technically, you might have deserved it.
God. Who knows?
Nah.
But I did not say or not say that.
Nah. The old man needed the power to protect him, and the power instead protected our Green Ranger as it should have. So yet again, we are your hosts. I'm Wes.
I'm Candace.
And I'm Dave.
And we'll see you guys next time.
And may the power protect you.